placement cell in my university was actually very bad. They would actually advertise you in the terms of, if you have any career fairs, you say like 150 to 120 odd companies are coming. So you're kind of happy that 120, 150 is a lot of people you'll be able to talk to. But the minute you enter the fair, you realize there are only 20 companies that actually are looking for international students. And in terms of getting a job, mine was primarily through networking only. I had a strong referral. That's how I actually cracked my interview and got a job. But it took a long time. I graduated in May, then I did a couple of internships, and then it's actually in January that I got a full-time job. Do your research. If your placement cell is strong, then you can rely a little bit on your university. But best thing is do networking, talk to seniors, talk to recruiters. If you have any people in your family who know people there, talk to them. That's the best. Probably an easier route also and less stressful. I had 3 rounds. First 2 on the phone. The third one they called me on site. That was a 3-hour session. And before they gave me an offer, I had another phone call with the immediate manager who I'll be working with. I believe I had a strong referral there, so I guess they were more interested in knowing me as a person. So it was a 3-hour interview, but I would say there was only one round which was technical. Everything else was behavioral. How would you approach different aspects of handling clients? Again, maybe because it's a management consulting company, they are more interested on how you handle adverse situations. If you are going into a tech field, say, then I think there are certain skills in terms of you should be good with Microsoft Office, all the suites of it. If you know any statistical programming, especially certain things like R, Python, which would automate even an Excel sheet, that will be beneficial. Other than that, comp science people know the programming code languages that they need to know. But they give a lot of importance to your soft skills. And you might think that this may not make much of a difference on your resume, but if you do mention 4-5 strong soft skills, and then you can somehow incorporate them when you speak to them and make them trust you that these are the things that you bank on. Your teamwork, leadership, things like that, they actually have a very heavy weightage on your resume. I actually given up on them by the time I graduated. Because I was working in Plano. It's a small town 20 miles north of Dallas, and public transport is quite minimal over there, and it's like on a hourly basis you get buses. So it made sense for me to just take a walk in the morning. Coming back also, I used to just walk it up. There's a good weather in Plano, so it's not too cold, not too hot. So it's kind of a good place where you can just have a nice walk. They're a small company. They have good clients. That's their USP. And they try to compete with the Deloitte and PwCs, but they do it at a very small level. They take a small project. They try to get into big clients, take up small projects. AT&T gives them around 60% of their business. So they have a big stronghold in AT&T. They're not growing drastically, but they are targeting certain companies which will get them more USP. So from what I was last aware of, they almost as good as on the signing phases of getting Walt Disney on board. So it's not a dramatical growth, but it's more of a planned strategic approach that they look at. The biggest improvement, I would say, that I became extremely independent as compared to what I was, cooking your own food, doing your own laundry, managing your monthly expenses. Sometimes your bank balance is less than $100 and you're trying to figure out where you're gonna get the rest of the money from. You basically start valuing money, start valuing a lot of different things. Overall development as a human being is there. So I think definitely that is something everyone should try to live alone for a couple of years. You'll be able to discover a lot of new things about yourself. At the university level, again, you're looking for part-time jobs, things like that. How cutthroat competition you're facing. So yeah, these are the things you learn when you are at university level, trying to figure out what's to be done, how you're going to get your next meal. You're going to think about that level as well. And when it comes to workplace, I had great clients. I was at Toyota initially, and in the last 3 months I was at Pepsi. I was into change management change management and project management from the tech stand-up point of view. And over there, it's a very structured format. All meetings start on time, meetings end on time. People don't. So I'm trying to compare it with how you might have experienced things here in India. And overall, people are nice. There are a lot of small talks, and small talk is considered something that you should have. You should make the other person comfortable. And yeah, so overall, your growth will be more on what I would like to say is it'll be a slow, steady, but it'll be a structured growth.